PM is future management. Yes, sir. Speak loudly. That's all.
That that explains why. That explains that India is a better project manager than any other country in the world. So, do the countries of the world? So the countries of the world should learn from India how to manage a project. Don't you agree with it?
I entirely agree with you, with one exception. ISRO, Dr. Radhakrishnan, he also is a student of Dr. Dhawan. We people from Indian Institute of Science are also a student of Dr. Dhawan, who was the founder, Vish Pitama of this space industry. I was very privileged to have him as my director in Indian Institute of Science. He was the director, 63, 64, 65. I met Dr. Radhakrishnan in April. What you are saying, and you prove my point, that Indian gray cells are greater than, I mentioned many times, of anybody else in the world. There are so many success stories, comparatively. There are many success stories, including Reliance Jamnagar, ISRO, some of the projects. If you look at the success stories, there are many success stories which are world class, better than the world class. No doubt. But it only makes a point if that capability exists in ISRO to launch and to do this in a less costly to go to Mars, which nobody else has done. Can we transplant that thinking in all our projects?
We can do that.
That is what the challenge is. The challenge is not to build one Taj Mahal, to build every house as a Taj Mahal. The challenge is to increase, not spikes. Spikes are dangerous, transients in electrical engineering, transients. What is your steady state voltage? Steady state counts, not the transients. 1 or 2 gold medals, great. Those are still people who have won the gold medals. Kabaddi, we are maintaining it. Wrestling. But can we transplant to more? Can we have more ISRO examples? If ISRO is the greatest example, we should be very proud Indians. When I was in the Rotterdam and Oslo by the Ministry of Finance, I got such a great compliment. That is the only compliment. You know, you guys have done well. You feel nice. Yes, we have done well. But the point you are raising is, just because of one success story or 2 success stories, you cannot generalize that India project management is very mature. That will be mistake, very big mistake, and suicidal mistake.
But that proves that we have the potential to manage projects effectively.
We have the potential to, 300% I agree. India, once it decides, we have the potential to become the #1 project management society in the world, if we so do so. And that's the direction in which we are going. That is the challenge that Professor Mishra said. Insertions, this, that, competitive yourself, improve yourself, that is the project. You're right. I appreciate this.
Thank you, sir.
Future management. Project management is uncertainties management, because you're dealing with the future. Future is not known. If somebody says you don't do mistake, they say, okay, you should know everything about the future. I am playing cards. I've got 13 cards. I don't know what you have. I am playing bridge. I am doing some prediction. I can go wrong. The jack of the spade is not on the left side. It's on the right side. To west, I am south. Therefore, the uncertainties is project management. You're dealing with future. Future is uncertain. Project management is risk management. And I really appreciate Professor Mishra when a couple of months ago he said, we'd like to have one-day program, and he did not say only project management. In the afternoon, we will have risk management. Because he is convinced, I am sure in the academic world, he is convinced, as he said in the morning, the project and risk management are the two. They are the two sides of the same coin. And risk management is everything. Risk management is Ladakh. Risk management of China. China is not a saint country. We have to watch our boundaries. The world will not spare us. It is a hard labor for us to create independent India. We cannot allow this to be just flattered around. We have to see the roads are built. We have to see the helicopters are there to protect us. To those soldiers which are fighting the adversity in minus 18 degrees centigrade. So therefore, these uncertainties we have to put together as a society, as an individual sub-society to create that risk management. Now, this slide, you see to 1991, the general management which was taught in the project management, the general management MBA schools, old schools, 100 years, 150 years. This was all the management schools have their roots in the industrialization. Even today, MBA when you teach in India, 35 to 40% MBAs are produced in India of the whole world, I'm told. Lakhs. So the MBA, the business administration in HR, in production, in operations, in finance, in marketing, these disciplines are the reminiscence or the outcome of the industrial age, make no mistake, of the 20th century. Is this valid today? Question mark, one has to decide. How do we translate into 21st century? So therefore, the general management and project management subset is started moving in areas which we talk in project management, similar areas we talk in general management. Team building, yes, HR functions, team building. Tuckman model, yes, HR models. In 2001, there were a lot of overlapping between general management and project management. Only yesterday, at 6 p.m., I was addressing 95 students who have opted for the project management as an elective at International Management Institute, IMI, in the Qutub campus. And one of the things which we said, there are a lot of areas in project management, what we are talking in certificate in project management, done very well. Today, very much prevalent, growth is very phenomenal. There are a lot of elements of CIPM which are covered in MBA program, in HR, in business, in marketing. But in project management, excluding these events on team building and safety, health is not covered, we will add up. So we have aligned the course of certificate in project management with IMI's syllabus of project management. Some areas which are covered in the other disciplines, we are not teaching in project management by the professors of IMI in Delhi. After 21st of December, these people will be qualified to appear in the exam with 100 questions given them as a mock test, and they will become certified project managers. Only yesterday, it has been signed an MOU. So here, you see the lot of overlapping which you see between general management and project management. A lot of things are covered in general management. You don't have to repeat in the project management. In my prediction of 2021, this was done in 2010 in one of the international conferences I was addressing, and I made these slides. I predict in 2021, just for the sake of 1991, 2001, 2011, it will be delivery management, DM. Delivery management could be a function of project management, chain management, supply chain management, GM, PM, CM, RM, I don't care what management you use. At the end, have you delivered or have you not delivered? Switch is on or switch is? Switch is on and switch is? So I just want to make sure that you are still awake. Therefore, the delivery is going to be the key. We are very good in intellectualizing all the good ideas with moratorium, like the Prime Minister said, I think on 15th August. And Prajapati Trivedi, when he spoke in 2013 World Congress, I have taken him to Dubrovnik. He also said in his keynote address, I invited him to give a keynote address to international crowd. And he said, if you put all the, same thing like Prime Minister, all the new ideas, put moratorium for 5 years, we will be quite okay. We are very good at giving ideas, but very poor in implementing them. Yes, sir.
Not being able to see behind what is there in the iron curtain,
Yes.
or not getting carried away. Number one. Number two, you said excellence gets nurtured when you are free. But what's happening in Hong Kong? Number three, Narayana sir was a great, passionate lover of communism, socialism, and all that. He himself concluded that the only answer to the ills of India is conscious capitalism or compassionate capitalism.
I will certainly talk to you on this subject. They're so deeply involved and so much deeply, it requires so deep interaction. I will certainly talk to you, sir. Before I leave, I can be rest assured, you will be satisfied stakeholder. There is no doubt. Please do not believe that I am talking about communism. I am against communism. I am totally against anything which is dictated upon you. But when Professor Mishra said, you will not talk, you can tell him he is a dictator. When I said these are the 5 conditions that you should obey, you can call me dictator. Who are you to tell me? How do you define your dictatorship? A feeble mind will decide feeble. A small mind will say, this is dictatorship. A large mind will not say. Is the right process to follow? CMMI level 5. My background is IT. I used to run project manager at very young age in Control Data Corporation as an IT manager, software manager. If you allow people to follow process, in a small organization we say process, follow process. If you don't follow, your salary will be cut by half day. Is it process adherence? Is it dictatorship? No. So how do you define dictatorship? In my humble, I'm totally wrong. I'm an illiterate man in this direction. I have no idea. I know a little bit about project management. Dictatorship is good for whom? If it is good for oneself, that dictatorship is useless, should be destroyed. Society is not individual. Whether it is a Hitler or Mussolini, to take over the reins of Europe is not sustainable. You may not call them communist, you may call them fascist. You may not call people Brezhnev and people earlier stages, Stalin, something they might have done good. So it's a very broad subject, but the only thing which you should understand, it depends how you define. We'll discuss this later. So delivery management is the ultimate. Either you have delivered or you have intellectualized, nahi hua. We are PhD, you know in what subject? We are PhD in excuse management, EM. ऐसा हो गया, वैसा हो गया, कबूतर आ गया, बिल्ली चली गई. ये sanction, वो sanction. To make this great building, you have 100 conditions to fulfill. Is this not dictatorship? When you talk about dictatorship, 100 conditions to follow for a good cause, for imparting management education. I will challenge, and this is recorded, it will go up to YouTube. There could be a danger to my life. I don't care. So gentlemen and ladies here, ultimately when you grow, when you go to employment, please build that confidence in you to deliver. Your ideas are good, 50%, delivery is 50. 1 into 1 is? Multiply 1 into 1 is? 1 into 0 is? Some people don't know this. 1 into 0, what is it? 0. Brilliant idea, not done. 0. Billions is lost. What good is that idea? It may be ready to become Einstein's first cousin, you may become, but you are not able to implement. I get so many good ideas, but finally I find a lot of people with PhD in excuse management. Why they could not do? Work in progress. क्या हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा? Yes sir, I have phoned. I have phoned is work in progress. Phone is not delivery. The moment you take process as a delivery, that is the greatest tragedy can happen to the society. Make no mistake on that at all, gentlemen and ladies here. When process is now misunderstood as the delivery, those societies shall die. Work in progress is not delivery. work in progress in between to delivery. Larger the WIP, more WIP you have, delivery will be less. The whole lean management is towards reducing WIP. Response time, if you have fast response time, your WIP is reduced. So WIP, work in progress, मैंने phone कर दिया, वो हो गया, ऐसे जा रहा है, these are all WIP. They are required, but they must be completed to the delivery. Are you with me? Yes or no? Some of people are, front-end people are so much involved that they don't say yes. The new dimensions in project management, time, scope, cost, technology, communication, financial engineering, safety, health, environment. And you see this mota, human resource is more mota than the other one is a human resource. Intentionally, I have made it big. Ultimately, in projects, ladies and gentlemen, it is our working together. We may have differences, doesn't matter. How do you want IPE to become number 10 in the world, in India, to start with? You have to have measurement. And IPE cannot only become 10 unless you make IPV number 10. By themselves, they may be PhD, or they may be triple Einstein's cousins, but unless they have your support, your hard work, you are making paper presentation as a student, you are participating, you are developing your personality, you are making a trade good, IP will not become 10. So therefore, this is where we look at human resource in that, and finally, it is in risk management, engineering, contract management. Going for the lowest is not the answer in procurement. It's the value what you get out of the lowest. If government system allows you not only to go for the lowest, some people just get inside and they make money. It's nothing to do with Indian problem. Lowest is a global problem. In one of these slides, it was a very fantastic slide. I wish I could have shown you that when they bid, they show a small dog, they bid, they get inside. This was from UK. So the small dog they have shown, that is a dog they have shown for bidding, lowest. And actually, the actual cost will be big dog they are showing, very big dog. The actual dog is big dog. They got entry through the lowest. And the big dog, how will they make money? Is by change in the scope. Some scope change takes place during the project. Now, sir, professor, this is a very big change. I'm sorry, it will require. Once you have that contractor with you, you have no choice. You will make changes, he will make money, and he will be happy. You will not be very happy. So this is again a procurement issues. And then, of course, strategic alliances. Today's world is a world of collaborations, cooperation, alliances. The world has become one place, one village. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, what Prime Minister said.